we dream of another world. We are in this sacred final battle, in combat really, to again encounter the fusion of the opposites, the two heads united in separation. Now there is a face of our expressed love. The absolute man and the absolute woman, El-Ella and Ella-El, have discovered the petals and the non-existing flowers within. And meanwhile, the counterclockwise rotating swastika, yes, I'm talking about the great exodus, are taking us to our home, to the original homeland of Hyperborea, Paradesha, the departure to the Urland. We have dreamed the same dream and have been joined in love and death, and shall now be united in the mystery of A-mor. But the road is long, tedious, bumpy, and most probably ecstatic, and the ultimate realities are now facing us, as the battleground is in our mind and our bodies. It's like that for all noble, we know that. We must transform our natural act of A-mor into a ritual, and changing it into something supernatural. We shall follow a different road, and we shall both be saved. Ponder this, my beloved. If she is not with you, something will be left unfulfilled and incomplete. You will have attained nothing without her. And we know that saints and ascetics continue to yearn for that woman, even to the very end of their lives. The techniques we must follow is therefore not something that we learn, but something we must grow to understand. There is a sacred river that flows through our bodies, and you shall accept that you are a temple. And at the moment of ecstasy, you shall remain motionless. Because she, Parvati, is the active one. When she does not receive, she gives. And her very skin transmits a substance which enters your blood and become part of you. This creates unity. It is the seed of immortality that is planted in you. And the substance of her fragrance is the echoes of desires to return to our ancestral homeland. This is the beginning of our return to the enchanted city, to the unity and nostalgia of the gods. You are now being carried beyond the realm of ordinary existence, and you must enter the labyrinth in order to find the central palace and throne of Parvati, your beloved. My poet, it is now necessary to go underground to discover the secret world and find the keys to this hidden continent. For it is essential to return to the lost land of the giants, for they control the course of the stars and the impulses of the human body. But no one is in touch with these ancient secrets. But we shall walk the bridge that links the present with the past. And so this shall offer a clue to a real understanding of existence. For the body of our soul must be created with the invisible flower symbolizing the possibility of finding ourselves, finding our very selves. If the garden is dark, there must be a light in order to see the flowers. Our Kundalini power illuminates the narrow passages that leads from one flower to another, one chakra to another. You shall travel through all the petals of the flowers to finally reach the last, outside her head like a halo. This represents the place of our meeting. Awake the sleeping Kundalini, which sleeps like a serpent at the base of the tree. The only way, my beloved, to receive the ancient energy of the precious rays of the gods is to create the path of her chakras. It is really beyond human understanding that one can reach the final destination in a submarine vessel guided by a blind sailor. But this voyage is necessary to find the emptiness which may be inside and out. You see, this power that we've talked about is capable of destroying the worlds of illusions and attain a higher level of reality. It has to be awakened, created, and invented. Only through Ella is the sleeping Kundalini aroused. And the trip is not a linear journey, but a circuitous within each flower or chakra. And you, as the gardener, must stop and rest and eventually sleep at the root of the tree in the dark cave. Refreshed, we shall resume our journey. Many times we shall fall back only to rise once more. And you shall gain the sense of being your own identity, my love, where you become your own father and son. A child is then born, but he is so frail and delicate. A gust of wind or even an evil thought could destroy this child. This is the child of man, impregnated by your woman, an astral body or invisible product of mind. This child shall become sublimated and transfigured through the magic alchemy of the Siddhas. And when he is found in her and she is found in him, our bodies becomes the instrument of our union. It must be tuned and played upon. Our bodies were like accompanying instruments in a piece of music. We kept the tempo and the rhythm. And you keep the vision of her face vital, for she comes from another universe. Your face express ecstatic pleasure and sadness, piety, isolation and tenderness and withdrawal, all at the same time. With one hand, you delicately support your lover, protecting her, while with the other hand traces a ritual, gestures being passed on a message from one generation to another. You, my artist, sculpture interlaced body of stone figures, and meanwhile presenting a vision that will expire only with the end of the human race. You know that the builder which built this temple corresponds to a moment of divine decadence, right? That only gods enamored of human beings could favor this art. The sculptor who carved these figures must have been a blind vehicle for their messages. Perhaps the sculptor were sleepwalking while away from the cell at night. Take my hand, my warrior poet. You are now walking inside your own body, your temple. You're looking for the entrance and exit of the mandala, a maze containing all your flowers. Look, this is where I sleep and prepare myself for the offer feast of sacrifice. Now let's enter the sanctum sanctorum. It's like a crater of a volcano, right? You are a whirlwind of feelings, and you throw yourself onto the floor of the primordial her, repeating mantras one after another. We are now united, my beloved. I am the river, and you are the stone in the middle of the river, and the man who carves the sculptures. You foretell the future. You have discovered many ways to purify your body, techniques of looking and seeing. You understand the difference, how to really see a flower, a tree, or an animal, or even a thought. You know how to block all ideas and feelings out of mind so that you might see what could be revealed by an impersonal beam of light. You are truly transformed and can distinguish between various colors of light. You already know that everything has a soul, and you are beginning to hear the language of animals and rocks. For the earth is feminine. Only poets would understand. Only poets and magicians shall enter her impregnable walls. Only you, my poet, shall bring her to the enchanted city.